All right, Ross. We'll start with the Los Angeles Chargers traveling to face the Atlanta Falcons.
Kind of a toss-up game in my mind. I guess the Chargers are still pretty beat up. Even coming out of the bye, Eckler's banged up, Keenan Allen's banged up. This is one of the few games I don't have a strong opinion on. I'm going to take the Chargers to win a close one, but I don't feel great about it. I think this is like a true toss-up game, especially with some of the unknowns regarding the Chargers injuries. Problem is the Falcons D isn't that great, and they still got Herbert, and he's pretty darn good, man. So I'm gonna say 24-21 Chargers. Close, good game.
The Miami Dolphins are headed to Chicago to face the Bears.
Were you about to like sing the song there, Jack?
I don't know if I should or not. I don't have a good voice as you do. I was debating it.
Well, first of all, I have a terrible singing voice. Secondly, as you can tell, I got like a frog in my throat from all this travel and all this talking. Lastly, I like the Dolphins in this game. And frankly, I'm surprised looking at it again from the Even Money podcast that the spread is this close. I know the Bears are playing better, I guess, but Dolphins offense is a machine, especially in the middle of the field. Now the Bears lose Roquan Smith. I don't know how much Claypool will be able to give them to start this game. I like the Dolphins. I think it's going to be, the Bears defense hasn't been that great lately. I'm going to go 31-17 Dolphins. I like the Dolphins to pull away in this one. 31-17 Miami.
The Carolina Panthers are facing the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati.
So I kind of think this will be a really close game. The Panthers have been playing very well. For those of you that are into the Even Money podcast, I would absolutely take the Panthers and the 7.5 points because I think it's way closer than that. I think it's almost a toss-up game. The Bengals are a different team without Jamar Chase. They played Monday night, didn't look good. The Panthers have been playing pretty good football under Steve Wilkes and PJ Walker. I'm going to take the Bengals in a really close, hard-fought game to get the win. But this is 20-19 in my mind. Bengals barely, and I mean barely, get by in this game, and you can watch every touchdown every Sunday thanks to NFL Red Zone, available on Sling Blue Plus Sports Extra. It's easy to set up, easy to use. Now you can try it for half off. Just visit sling.com/DraftKings to sign up today. Think about that. Every touchdown live every Sunday afternoon with NFL Red Zone on Sling. For a limited time, get Sling Blue and add on Sports Extra with NFL Red Zone for half off your first month. Regular price $46, now only $23. You get the best deal on Red Zone so you can catch all the touchdowns at the lowest price with Sling TV. Visit sling.com/DraftKings to sign up today.
We have an NFC North matchup here with the Detroit Lions hosting the Green Bay Packers.
So I like the Packers to get the win. Man, it feels like the Lions are going to win one of these, and maybe this is it. I wonder a little bit the impact of trading TJ Hawkinson this week and the message that sends to the locker room there in Detroit. I don't think it's a good one. And I don't think it helps that much at all that they did that. However, I still kind of like the Packers to win the game. But isn't it wild that I'm like torn on this one? Isn't it crazy that this could really go either way? I guess ultimately I'll have a little bit more faith in Aaron Rodgers in a close game over Jared Goff late. But these are strange times again that we live in. I'm going to say the Packers win 24-23, but another awesome toss up kind of game. Looks like we'll have a bunch of those.
Absolutely. And then the next one is the Las Vegas Raiders at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I like Travis Etienne to have a big game. This is two of the more disappointing teams in the league to me. Kind of had higher hopes for both these squads that they'd be playing better than this. The Jaguars just can't find a way to win a close game. Man, I guess I'll take the Raiders. The Raiders were embarrassed on Sunday in New Orleans, so I gotta think that they bounce back after that crazy, crazy bad performance. So give me the Raiders, but this is going to be an awesome Sunday because there's a lot of games I don't feel real good about and I'm torn on as I talk through it. I think there's a lot of running in this game. Josh Jacobs and Travis Etienne. Ultimately, it just feels like it's kind of the same thing I say a lot, right? I feel like Derek Carr, I got more faith in him in a close game late than I do in Trevor Lawrence. So I'll take the Raiders to get it done in a close game late by a margin of, I think, higher scoring, actually. I think it's 27-24.
Next up, we have a classic rivalry, the Indianapolis Colts at the New England Patriots.
I'm always curious, like with the Patriots, I wonder how tough of a ticket it is, up there without Brady up there anymore, I mean, I haven't really checked much. Looking at the Game Time app, it's $105. So $105 to go to Patriots against the Colts. And really, what's interesting to me about that is I think that this would have been a lot more when Brady was still there. It's still a pretty hot ticket, I guess, but I got to think it would be more. It was more when Brady was there. Game Time's awesome. Absolutely love plugging things. I mean, you could go to the Celtics Bulls game tonight for $79. And actually, what I love about the Game Time app, number one, it's the guaranteed lowest ticket price. Number two, checkout takes less than 30 seconds. You know how I am about time. Number three, if you create an account and redeem the code Ross for $20 off your first purchase. So you actually can go for $85. Or you can go to Bulls Celtics tonight for $59. Again, that's Ross for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download Game Time. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Oh, did I say anything about the game? I didn't, did I?
No, you did not.
Yeah, sometimes that happens, Jack. You'll learn that when I try to use a game as like a segue for one of the sponsors, sometimes I like lose my mind and forget to talk about the game. I like the Patriots quite a bit in this one. The Colts are pressing every button they can to try to not have Frank Reich get fired. You bench the quarterback, you fire the offensive coordinator. I don't think it really makes a difference. The Patriots don't typically lose games like this. Give me New England 24-17 over the Colts.
We'll stay in the AFC East with the Buffalo Bills heading to East Rutherford to play the New York Jets.
Love the Bills in this game. I mean, listen, it's really a shame that I just don't feel like I'm not going to lock them up. I'm not going to get that crazy with it. But if you're still in the survivor pool, they might be one of your best picks. I mean, it really might be one of your best picks to go with the go with them just because it's that bad right now. I mean, it's that bad right now what we're seeing from the New York Jets, in particular Zach Wilson. I mean, you hear Greg Cosell talk about it on Thursdays. It's ugly, and I think the Bills ultimately win by 2 scores. Now, if Zach Wilson doesn't turn it over, but the Bills are actually pretty good ball hawks, so I don't have a lot of faith in that happening. I think it's the exact same score maybe as Bills Packers, like 27-17 Buffalo.
Kirk Cousins returns back to Washington when the Vikings face the Commanders.
So I'm excited. This might be like my favorite game of the day because the Vikings are playing really good football. They're 6-1. Now you got a Commanders squad that's won 3 in a row. They're believing in Heineke, and I want to see what the environment's like at FedEx Field. I wonder if there's a bigger crowd because people are excited about Snyder, you know, possibly selling the team. I'm very curious to the environment. It's the Kirk Cousins Bowl. I like the Vikings to win the game. I think they're the better team. The Commanders have been kind of living dangerously. By the way, I really hope the new owner can change the name of the team again. That would be amazing to like Warthogs or Red Hogs or something. But I'll take the Vikings. Better team. They got a boost from Hawkinson. Greg was pretty fired up about that yesterday. So the Minnesota Vikings, they win 24 20. 24-20 Vikings win. Kirk Cousins gets some revenge.
We head out to the NFC West where the Seattle Seahawks are facing the Arizona Cardinals.
Seahawks got like no faith in the Cardinals. I think it's wild that the Cardinals are still favored in this game because I think the Seahawks are the better team. I think they've proven it all year. The Cardinals have no consistency whatsoever. Geno Smith has played better this year than Kyler Murray. There's a bunch of different reasons. I'm taking the Seahawks on the road as underdogs, Jack. So for the first time in your Ross Tucker football podcast career, you get to play the sounder of a song that probably has been around since before you were born. Let the doggies out, Jack.
Ross's Underdog of the Week.
Next up, we head to Tampa Bay, where the Buccaneers host the Los Angeles Rams.
What's so funny?
No, I was laughing about the who let the dogs out. I was trying to do some math to see if it was older than me or not.
All right, well,
I think we were this.
While I'm talking about this next game, Google when it came out.
All right.
Do you know what it is?
I think it was. I can't. Well, I said it was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
No. I mean, do you know when that song came out?
I believe it was 2000 is what I found in my.
And that's when you were born?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, dude! You were born in 2000.
Barely end of December, so I was almost 2001, baby.
Someday off air, I got to tell you what I was doing in 2000. Having a real good time. This is the type of game where the fan bases for both these teams need to enjoy a bunch of Labatt Blue Lights. It's been a disappointing year for the Rams, disappointing year for the Bucks. The loser of this game is going to need actually, whether you win or lose, you're going to want a lot of Labatt Blue Lights after this game. There's no better way to watch your team on game day than with the pristine Canadian goodness of a cold Labatt Blue Light in hand. Stock up and be the MVP of your tailgate and share a Labatt on game day with your crew. Always enjoy responsibly. It's delicious. It's cold. It's Labatt USA. It's beer. Buffalo, New York. As for the game, I'm going Bucks. I'm going Bucks because they're playing at home and they had more time. Playing at home and they played Thursday night. So that should give them an edge. I don't know if it will. At this point, guys, for these two teams, it's like your guess is as good as mine. I mean, who knows with these two squads at this point in time? They have both really struggled this year. I think the Rams need the game more than the Bucks do, right? I mean, the Rams are desperate, especially in their division. I mean, so are the Bucks, but the Bucks, at least in their division, they could lose this game and theoretically come back and still win. I don't think there's a lot of points. These teams struggle to score points. 20-17, Bucks.
We'll head to Sunday Night Football. Kansas City Chiefs hosting the Tennessee Titans.
I'll take the Chiefs. We still don't know if Tannehill is going to play or not, but it's either like a gimpy Tannehill or it's Malik Willis. Either way, I like the Chiefs to win the game. Now, as I said on the Even Money podcast, if Tannehill plays, I kind of like the Titans to be able to keep it a little bit closer. So, not knowing for sure what they're going to do here, I'll take the Chiefs to win. I don't know that they'll light up the Titans. I feel like it's like 27-17. The Titans are pretty good at playing small ball, right? Pretty good at running the rock, keeping the ball away, leaning on Henry. Vrabel knows how to win this way. It won't ultimately work, but they'll do a good job, I think, of covering the spread for those of you that care. But ultimately, Chiefs are winning this game. You can lock them up, Jack. They're my survivor pick.
Your survivor / knockout / whatever you call it, pick of the week.
And we'll wrap things up Monday Night Football with the Baltimore Ravens traveling to face the New Orleans Saints.
Ravens are pretty beat up, and this is a critical game for both these teams. It feels like the Saints can kind of get back in the picture in the NFC South if they win. And the Ravens, both these teams just announced, Jack, yesterday that their receivers are done for the year. Michael Thomas for the Saints, Rashad Bateman for the Ravens. I just think the Ravens have been, even though they haven't been great offensively the last couple of weeks, they've been the more consistent team out of these two. And I don't really ever know what to expect with the Saints. Should be a fun game, though. Good game on Monday night. I'm looking forward to it. I'll go Ravens in a close, awesome game. Late in the game, I think Lamar can run to get the win instead of Andy Dalton. 23-20 Ravens.